subscribe, please click the like button, share and subscribe. It's free.
We support the ANC leadership in Gauteng, and we don't do that in exchange for positions. The ANC national has made it very clear to them, you can go anywhere except the EFF. And they said, okay, we can go anywhere except EFF or MK, that's fine, but we're not going to DA. We're choosing to stay out with other small parties out of that GNU arrangement. That is a fair thing. When I met President Ramaphosa, I proposed that. I said, if you have a problem with going with the EFF, please don't go with the DA. Go alone and constitute a minority government. Exactly what Gauteng did, but they did it after. It was before even Gauteng did it. I said to President Ramaphosa, you've got 40%. Mapantiti have got this percent. This one has got that percent. You put together those percentages, you are still at the right position to can make decisions, because we will not support the DA in Parliament. Even when we are in disagreement with you, we will not vote with the DA, we'll rather abstain. And if we abstain, you make it through in Parliament. So Ramaphosa didn't need the DA at all, but he decided to go with the DA. So at the center of this, I don't understand what Mbalula ate from who. Because the guy has changed. No one, the people who grew up with him, not a single person can identify the Mbalula who's speaking today, who's addressing us every week like a presenter of Pala Pala FM. He's always pete, 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 saying a lot of nothing. Every week, there's a week where he addressed us the whole week. The whole week. So, why is Mbalula defending GNU even more than the person who came with the GNU, Ramaphosa? I mean, Ramaphosa is very reasonable about it. Mbalula is not reasonable about it. You speak against it, you will get a letter. What are you saying? When you arrive there, Ramaphosa says, hey, what are you doing here? Say, no, I'm called here. Say, there is no explanation. No, you are a list man. I don't understand what this guy is talking about. He is more GNU more than the person who came. The person who came with this thing is Ramaphosa. Mbalula is the main man to date. He has overtaken the founder of the GNU. I'm very scared of that gem. It has changed the man. The man has changed completely. A sellout of notes, always ready to destroy his own in defense of white supremacists. To an extent that Mbalula agrees to put his signature on that agreement, which is a sold-out agreement, sell-out agreement. The historical account will be that Mbalula is the one who signed off our country back into the hands of white people. Ordinarily, such an agreement should be signed by a president. But Ramaphosa made a calculated move that I'm not going to go into this historic document, which is a sellout position. It was Mandela at Codesta who took de Klerk toe for toe. It was not Secretary General. It was Mandela and de Klerk like this. Today, when this is a complete sellout, they say, no, save the president, let this one come. Matriculous, let him come and sign what he doesn't know. And then Helen reminds him every day. But Mbalula, read. The problem is that you don't read. That is not what the agreement says. He's relying on verbal utterances. He has never read the thing. But he signed it. So, if Gauteng comes to us and say, guys, let's talk, let's come together, who are more than willing to talk to them. Pala.
Family, I want to agree with Malema, what he said here about Mbalula. Mbalula is everywhere. He doesn't know what he's trying to do. You know, this Stellenbosch is very, very powerful. And as a minority as they are, the white Boers in South Africa, they are very, very powerful, and they overpowered ANC using Cyril Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa didn't want to go down to history with his signature on the agreement of the GNU that was selling South Africa back to apartheid Boers. When you look at what Mbalula did, he was outsmarted by Ramaphosa. And the way he outsmarted him, he proved that he is very clever, and Mbalula is a very weak leader. As much as Malema is talking about Mbalula, that this is no more than Mbalula. This is a different Mbalula. Stellenbosch has changed Mbalula to be what he is now. He is defending the GNU that he signed. He endorsed his signature, sending back the country back to apartheid from where it was because of them using cadres as an ANC ruling party, and with all the corruption that they have been doing, putting down our country down. And I seem to agree with Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma saw something that a lot of people started to see it very late. But Malema was one of them who saw this coming, because every rally that he used to go, he always say they are eating the elephant piece by piece. It's not going to come back. Wherever it goes down, it goes down more. And it's even worse now. It's going down worse in the hands of Cyril Ramaphosa. No, because now the ANC is no more the ANC of Oliver Tambo, of Mandela, of Walter Sisulu. This is no more that ANC. Even Thabo Mbeki, they are trying, but they're doing nothing. And to rescue this ANC, it's not going to be easy. There's one guy I want to salute, Lusufi, with his lone voice. He's trying to change the narrative. He's trying to bring back the ANC, at least to have a little bit of vein that shows that we are still here. No matter people have rejected us, we are still here. Yeah, what Malema has said about Mbalula, it is true. You can deny it, you can say whatever, but what the Mbalula that we see is no more. Why Mbalula had to sign an agreement that was selling back the country back to the apartheid Boers? Why did he sign? Because every powers were with the Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa should have signed that document, not Mbalula. And he didn't realize that what he was doing, it's a stain that he will never remove that stain. Whatever happens since he signed, even in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, children will be reading about it, that Mbalula sold the country, calling it a GNU when it's a collusion of two political parties. And then they try to bring up a little bit of political parties to look like, but the people who are pulling the strings is the Stellenbosch, the DA. The funders are the ones that are running the country. Family, what do you think about this? What do you think about what Julius Malema just said? Just drop your comment respectfully. And don't forget to like. And Helen Zille, wherever she is, she crafted a very brilliant agreement and knew, because word for word, she made sure that Mbalula doesn't understand. He will just sign, not understanding what he is doing. That was the smartness of Helen Zille. We call her Gogo Helen Zille, the one who's pulling strings too in the DA. We can't talk of John Steiners. John Steiners is just a rubber stamp of like Helen Zille. He doesn't know whether he's going forward, backwards, or sideways. He was complaining about cadres already. He has just bring up cadres he himself. That is the John Steiners. He complained in Parliament, oh, ANC is doing this, ANC is doing this, but he himself has brought people who are not competitive in his portfolio. What nonsense is that? Family, what do you think about this? Just drop your comment. Respectfully, ngiyandithanda nonke ngothando lukaLove. Ngithi ini bantu bakithi noma ngabe izindlu zodaka kuzolunga. Bravo, bravo, bravo.